Today we're here with John Hemry, who is also known as Jack Campbell, who has written the amazing Lost Fleet series, among many other things. And first of all, I want to say congratulations on your Audie nomination.
Thank you. It's as much a nomination for Christian Rummel, the reader, as it is for me, I think, because he does such a great job.
Tell us a little bit about Invincible itself as it stands in the series.
Well, Invincible is the third book in the second book in what's called the Beyond the Frontier extension. When the original Lost Fleet series, which was 6 books, ended, readers told me they wanted to hear more about what was going to happen with the characters in their universe. And so I began the Beyond the Frontier continuation. During the main series, Gary had discovered that there was a race of aliens out there. And so to give him some new situations to deal with, he was ordered to take a fleet out there and find out what he could about these aliens. And he finds himself in some difficult situations. At the beginning of Invincible, he's found yet another alien race, and they're not very nice, and he's got to figure out how to get out of that mess and how to get home.
Have you been able to listen to any of Christian's work or on your books?
Yes, he does an amazing job. He brings all the characters to life and the situations. I frequently hear from fans who tell me, wow, this guy does an amazing job on the audiobooks. I hope you never lose him. And I say, yeah, I hope I never lose him too. He's really exceptional.
Do you listen to other audiobooks? That's what this award is about. The Audie is the Audio Publishers Association. And of course, your book is nominated in the science fiction category. And the Audies have been around for quite a few years. But recently, audiobooks have just taken on a much higher profile, and now it's become an adjunct to the actual book itself. Do you listen to other audiobooks?
I do sometimes, yes. I don't have nearly as much time to read as I used to. The funny thing about being a writer is you become a writer because you love to read, but then you don't have as much time to read because you're writing. So audiobooks help fill that a little bit. I like... Well, Taylor Anderson has a series of books called Destroyer Men. I like listening to that. And Elizabeth Moon, right now she's doing a series, Paladin's Legacy, which I really like.
Great.
Let's see, Kat Richardson, Grey Walker series, Paranormal Detective in Seattle. L.A. Meyer, he does a series called the Bloody Jack series, which is technically young adult, but it's just a very nicely done story about a young girl making her way through the Royal Navy, among other places, in the Napoleonic era. And so those are the ones that I've had time to spend time with.
Tell me a little. You're a retired U.S. naval officer. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is my information correct?
Uh-huh.
When did you start writing? I mean, was it sort of all, or did you know that?
I made a few attempts when I was in, but there just wasn't the time. The Navy just required all the time. Everything I wrote in the Navy was professional work, intelligence analysis and reports and things.
Right.
I did learn to edit well during that time. I started actually trying to write seriously about a year before I got out, and went on from there. And the experiences I had have benefited me in various unexpected ways.
Yes, obviously, yeah.
I didn't think that I would be able to use the relative motion that I learned while driving ships in science fiction, but it plays a big part in the Lost Fleet and being able to do the battles in 3 dimensions in space.
Absolutely.
Maneuvering the ships in space, and so I can see the movement of the ships and everything, and describe it, and that's nice.
Christian had mentioned that, because I asked him about the battle sequences. You know, we talked about Jack, we talked about, and he said that how they were, he felt they were so cinematically set up, you know, that he could trust that the structure of the physical pieces were there, you know, and it's his job to clarify and shed light on them, but that he
Mhm.
didn't have to spend a tremendous amount of time figuring out, you know, what you were saying. It was all just so beautifully put together, you know, because it's real.
Thank you.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, I try to do that, and when I'm writing the scenes, they are unscrolling in my mind like a movie, and I'm transcribing that movie onto the page. So
Right.
I guess that's why it gets that cinematic feel to it.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful. When do you write? Do you sit down every day, or do you hide away somewhere, or how do you? What's your
Well,
process? A
I
little.
can't hide away. I'm a stay-at-home dad since
Uh-huh.
I retired, and my two oldest children, actually all three of the children are on the autistic spectrum, and the two oldest are particularly badly afflicted. So they require a certain amount of help.
Sure, sure.
And so pretty much I write when I can, as opposed to when I would like to.
When you would like to. What's next? What's next? We've got another book coming out, right?
Yes, yes. The 7th of May, Guardian comes out, and that is the sequel to Invincible, in which there's a whole new set of problems for my heroes to deal with.
Of
Uh,
course.
Blackjack never. Blackjack doesn't get a lot of breaks, except in his friends. His friends make all the difference.
Oh, that's
But
wonderful.
yeah, Guardian follows. At the end of Invincible, um, he's still got a long ways to get home, and so Guardian follows that as well as a trip to a totally unexpected place beyond the frontier where he has to go after he gets home.
Good.
Um, that worked out pretty well, I think.
Good. I'm sure it did. Well, we look forward to seeing that. That's going to be great. And you are going to Dragon Con? Is that
Yes, I'll be at
going
Dragon
to?
Con.
Great.
Hmm.
Excellent. Excellent.
Coming up at the end of May, I'll be at Balticon in Baltimore, and then Dragon Con, and then Capclave in Washington D.C.
Uh-huh.
And beyond that,
Who knows,
I'm
right?
at this point.
John, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us here. We wish you the best of luck, and we thank you for sharing your creativity and your wonderful books with us.
Well, thank you for helping to bring them to life in a different way.
Okay, well, let's do some more, right?
Yes.